Hey, what's up guys, Soapss here, welcome back to another video. Today I'm starting a new series on the channel, which is going to be comparing remakes from SketchBook Chronicles to SketchBook Chronicles Tag Team. So when I say that, I mean comparing the pictures and what I was thinking when I was making the card, and overall how I feel the card has transferred from one game to another. So yeah, let's get right into it. Did you see that 1 second delay? Yeah, I know, I'm cool. So today we have Mannequin Man as usual, and let's just get right into the cards. So first up we have Abduction. So this was a SketchBook Chronicles card, and we may as well just go over the list of the SketchBook Chronicles games. First there was SketchBook Chronicles Beta, then there was SketchBook Chronicles, and then there was SketchBook Chronicles Legacy, and then there was another SketchBook Chronicles, which I guess you can call SketchBook Chronicles 2. There's a lot of S's. It's a tongue twister. So yeah, that might get a little confusing, but I'll make sure to explain it every single time we get to a new card. So here we have Abduction, and it went from this to this. So with most cards in this game, I try to keep it somewhat similar to the original, because I want the essence to be the same with the card. I want to send the same image as it did in the original and capture the same vibes. If you can capture vibes from a drawing. So yeah, this is Abduction. I had to kind of decide what I wanted to do for the colors. I kept the black and white for the background and the grass because I like the style that it put off as almost if it was a grayscale drawing focusing on the UFO. So this is Abduction. I like how it turned out. The alien was definitely interesting to draw. But yeah, I think it turned out pretty good overall. So we'll put that over there. Next up, we have David and Goliath. So this is a SketchBook Chronicles beta card. That is the first SketchBook Chronicles game, just to remind you guys. And by the way, like 90% of these cards are Danny cards. When I say that, I mean made by my friend Daniel, which you might see on the channel if you've known me for quite a while. So yeah, I think all the cards in this video are made by him, and then I drew them myself. So I have my own little touches that I put on the remix. So this is David and Goliath, and the card goes a lot with its ability, which is to kill the opponent's best monster on the field. And if you don't know the story of David and Goliath, that's basically the premise. The little guy beats up the big guy. And when I was remaking this card, I was like, how the heck am I going to draw the Goliath? I don't think Danny did a particularly good job drawing him, so I took my own creative license and I made this monstrosity. He's the G-Man, so I think I made him look a little bit bigger, which was what I was trying to do in the first place. And I like how it turned out. I think I captured David quite well. So yeah, that's David and Goliath. Next up we have Lay Puppet Maker, and or should I say Lay Puppet Master. Wow, I really know my card game really well. So this is another Danny card, and yeah, interesting concept for a card. Definitely perspectives really well. You can totally see where this guy is standing. Obviously, it's basically art. Let's put it in a museum. So I saw this and I was like, okay, well, it is a classic. It's from SketchBook Chronicles Beta, so let's give it a whirl in the new game. And yeah, side note, I fell down skateboarding today, so I have some bandages, and I just ended up freaking picking it up with my bandage. So sorry, Puppet Master, you just got a freaking elbow to the face. But here it is, Lay Puppet Master. So this is the difference. Let's reposition the camera real quick. And yeah, so I actually tried to make it somewhat agreeably perspectivable. What the heck? Tried to make it have more perspective. That would have been a much better way to say that, Reagan. Okay. We got Lay Puppet Master, and he's in the back, and I put him, the actual puppet, more in the front to let everybody know that that actually is the puppet. The weird contraption that's actually controlling the puppet looks really weird, and I just kind of went with it and just did the whole 9 yards on that. So I think it turned out pretty good. How he's controlling the puppet, I have no idea, but does it really matter? Not really. Next up, we have Double Jaw, which this is from SketchBook Chronicles, so one of the later SketchBook Chronicles games. So it's pretty good. It doesn't have some weird crap going on. Danny kind of knew how to draw at this point, so I didn't have to change that much. So I kept the overall design, and I tried to capture the background, but still give it more depth. So I added this black in the back, and I put the building, instead of having it just like float in the air, I actually put it in the back on something. And I kept the trees, and I tried to make the trees a little bit more vibrant and a little bit more versatile. So here's Double Jaw. I changed the color scheme because I don't have Danny's colors, and I think it turned out really good. He definitely does look surprised. He's like, whoa, whoa. Soapss just pick up a card with his Vantage. I know, crazy. So there's Double Jaw. Next up, we have Bigfoot. So I didn't actually change that much with the card. I changed the trees because Danny has some brick trees going on, or maybe some I don't know, toilet paper trees, some mummy trees, some mummified trees here. So I changed that up a bit. I don't know what this is. Could be water, could be a frog, could be my YouTube channel. I have no idea at this point. So I changed it up. Bigfoot also, he got smushed. He probably took an elbow to the face by Soapss, and he smushed. And his foot also got smaller. Not intentionally. It just kind of happened that way. So I fixed the trees, got rid of the toad, and expanded the background to give it a little bit more depth. So yeah, there's Bigfoot. Next up, we have Snail Army for the final card for today's episode. And I actually like this card. It's very simple. And I like... the reason that I remake Daniel's cards is because he has definitely has an interesting way at looking at something in his head and then transferring it to the paper. Wow, so that's exactly what drawing is. Okay, I just explained drawing. But his way of doing that is very interesting, because it's like, okay, you see a snail in your head. What does it look like? Does it look like a big squiggly line with some mouse ears at the top? Apparently. So, yeah, it's just an interesting way to look at different things. And that's why I remake it. He has a different look on drawing and doodling compared to most people. So that's why I appreciate his drawings, and I remake them and make them look a little bit more professional. So with this, I actually added the shell, because these may as well just be rolled up slugs at this point. But I kept the beat up snail in the back and made him look even more angry, even more beated up, and gave a little bit more detail to the snail shells, and also gave it some perspective so that snail is not flying in the middle of nowhere, and they're actually on the ground this time. So that might be disappointing to some of you guys, but this actually complies with the laws of nature for once. So that was the remake episode 1 video. I don't know what I'm really going to call this series, because it's kind of, I already had a remake series, so we might call it comparisons. I don't know. But I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in another video.